Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our show tonight, part two. I say part two because we've just fucked up big time on part one. Because I've had so many problems just lately with OBS, because of updating OBS, which is the software that I'm using. I decided yesterday what I would do is I completely delete it and reinstall it. So I did, and I checked it, and I checked it, and I checked everything. All of my little gadgets and little bits were working, and everything else. And what I forgot to check was whether my NDI was working. And the only way you can check NDI is working is go live. So when we went live at 9:45, our usual time tonight, of course, fucking NDI wasn't working, so I had to go and reinstall it. Just bear with me. I'm going to ask Tracy a technical question. Tracy, I'm actually looking at you on my repeat monitor. How does it look now? I've got my camera lower.
You're looking at me on the screen. Oh,
I'm
right,
look,
okay.
I'm looking at you on my repeat monitor. There's the camera there. That's me looking
Yeah,
at the camera, but that's me now looking at you, your image.
right. That looks fine. That looks like you're looking around the room. Do you
Okay,
remember I
good.
said to you?
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Does that answer that question for you then? Right. Okay. That unticks or ticks or unticks that box. So right. Here we are. A very solemn day. Today. With the funeral of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Which is finally done. I wanted to watch. I wanted to watch a lot of this funeral. Sadly, I fell asleep. I fell asleep just after the cortege. Is it a cortege? No, it's not a cortege. Just after
Procession.
everybody left. Sorry, Tracy.
Oh, procession. No, I know
Yeah,
what you mean.
procession. Just after it left Westminster Hall, and they were marching just before they turned left into Horse Guards, just before the gun carriage turned left into Horse Guards. I had to go back to bed, and I didn't wake up until they were on the Long Mile at Windsor, which I caught. So I caught all the important bits that I wanted to catch. I'm not religious, so I didn't actually watch the service, and I won't watch the service. I don't believe. I'm sorry, but I don't believe in any religion. Well, no, that's a lie. My religion is personal to me, and I don't need to share it with the world. Um, if that makes any sense, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to beat people up with what I may or may not believe in. So it's been a very solemn day, but I've watched it and I thought, good evening, best pal. I've watched it there,
Evening.
and my heart swelled with pride what I did watch, and I've watched the replays now, and I've got a replay running while we're talking as well. Um, So my heart is filled with pride because we did do pomp and circumstance and drill and marching. We do it better than anybody else, and we had representatives there all over the place. So, Tracy, what have you been up to
Yes.
today?
I've been watching the funeral. I'm not a C of E religious person either, but and often my brain tunes out when it gets to the church bits. But I made myself watch the first one, and like because they had the two. There was one in Windsor and one in Westminster. I made myself watch the Westminster one, and I thought it was very good, very solemn. I shed a tear, and just sort I felt the occasion. And then when it got right to the end, and I don't know what the piece was. If you look it up, that the organ started, and I genuinely thought that they were about to play the music that's at the beginning of a lot of Hammer horror films, because it was that kind of
Fugue in
sound.
D minor, I think that's called. I
That's
think
it,
that's
yeah.
called.
And looking on Twitter, I wasn't the only one who thought that. So that brought a little smile to my face at the end there, because I genuinely was like, why are they playing? So I watched all of that, and sort of tuned out when it got to the Windsor one, until the coffin started lowering down, and I thought, oh, there we go, that's the last we'll see. And I saw a lot of the royal family members and that shedding a tear and things, and I thought that's that. And I can't remember her name, but the Scottish lady who was doing the BBC coverage, she was almost in tears right at the end of the broadcast. Her voice was wobbling and everything, and so it's going to start me off again, But yeah, so that's what I've been up to today.
Okay, well, let's just. I'll come to you in a second, Mickey. I'll come to you in a second. It gives you a chance to think of something to say because we know you like to take your time. Best pal, what were you doing in London? Tell us what you were doing in London today. Mickey, what have you done today?
Well, I obviously have been watching the funeral. I watched from when King Charles left the palace, all the way through from to where the I watched all the way up until they took the casket off the gun carriage, put it into the hearse at that arch, and
Wellington
drove
Arch.
off. Yeah. Then I don't know what all the places are called in London.
Wellington Arch.
Then I had
It's
to
on
go
Hyde
out.
Park Corner.
Yeah, I had to go and visit my son after that. But do you know what really impressed me about it, and why I watched it for so long, is actually the military precision.
Yes.
Oh,
I cannot state how perfect our military were, and those pallbearers, 8 of them.
Yeah.
How perfect they were. They were from the Queen's Troop, the Coldstream Guards. What an honour that must have been.
and
Yes.
the concentration on their faces. They were
Can you just
absolutely
imagine
in
one
the
slip?
moment. Yeah.
One slip from one of them could have been a disaster for the whole thing. And they were impeccable.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. And to be honest, I watched the whole lot purely to watch the military side of it. I did watch all the way through the service. I watched it all. But it's for the pageantry and the military that I watch it. And I actually got to see, I mean, I don't know them now because I've been left so long, but there was members of my regiment in that parade. And that gave the old heart a bit of a pounding, I must admit. Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Okay. So best pal there. He's been in London watching the marching and the coffin driven by. Did you actually get to see it? That's the question.
Yeah.
Did you
Whereabouts
actually get to see
did you
it?
stand, best pal? Where did you stand, and did you get a good view? I'll tell you, it was considering how close I lived to central London, it was like lockdown again today.
Yes, well, I mean, I like I say, I watched up until they transferred the coffin and she left for Windsor, and I had to go out to visit my son. As you know, he's got a few issues. I had to go out and
You're
see
his
him.
father.
Well, yeah, but he also has mental health issues, which is so I had to go out and see him. And the roads were well, if I saw 3 cars in a 2-mile drive, that was about it.
That's what I mean. It was, you know, the roads were quiet, and I could hear the birds singing, and the only thing that I painted a picture on it. I painted a picture of it on Twitter. Basically, it was like lockdown again. The roads were almost silent. I could hear the birds singing, and one of my neighbours was cooking bacon.
Bacon.
So I opened the window, and I was like, and just the atmosphere, and I could hear the stuff going on the TV, and just this atmosphere was just really surreal, really quiet out there. There was loads and loads of sirens this morning. Loads of sirens, but that's probably because of the diversions around London that came past me more. And then it all just went after about 10:30. It just hushed, and that was it. It was wow. Just
during my drive to my son's, I saw one shop open.
Wow.
And I won't say any more.
Yeah.
Because it's the same people who open on Christmas Day and every other day of the year.
Yeah.
I'm just moving the background about a bit. Sorry, because I've noticed that.
I was a bit. That miffed me a bit, to be quite honest. But there you go.
It's funny, It's funny about bacon. I think bacon can actually solve world terrorism.
What?
No, seriously. People who eat bacon don't blow themselves up. It's just one of those strange facts.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that I was going to say. That I am so glad it went off without a hitch. I'm so glad it went off without a hitch. Mickey, you're cutting the top of your head off. Can you sit down a bit? You're cutting the top of your head off. I looked at the world leaders there. You're still cutting the top of your head off. Can't you see yourself on the monitor?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, we cut your top of your head off. All you got to do is sit down. Now you're cutting the rest of your body off, you twat. But now you look like you've sunk. All you got to do is just sit down a bit. Look. Now you look like you've sunk. Yeah.
Making you totally look smaller than me now.
Yeah. I spent all that time making you look the same size as Tracy, and you bloody sunk. Oh. Oh. It's like
Is that all right now?
You've look. Bring your head up to the level of. Bring your head up so you're level with Tracy.
Fucking
All right.
hilarious.
You fucking.
He's going to do it the wrong way now, and he's going to just have a head.
Now he's gone the other way. Look. Can you not? You know. It never worked with animals, children, or amateurs. That's oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. That's better, Mickey. That's all right. Leave it like that. Leave it like that. We'll leave it like that, right?
Okay.
I lowered my chair.
Yeah.
Now he's just slowly slide down in his chair as his arse gets sweatier, and he's going to end up looking like he's behind the wheel of a car again.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah. What I was going to say was that I looked at all the before the Queen came out of Winchester Hall. I was watching all of the bigwigs arrive from all over the world, all of the presidents and the leaders of the countries all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, and you had the Chinese leader there, you had the American leader there. Was it the Chinese deputy leader? Was it Chinese deputy or Chinese leader?
No, I think it was the embassy staff.
Oh right, it wasn't that. No, but
the ambassador.
You had the world. Obviously, the Russians weren't there, thank God. But
No, they weren't invited.
No, glad of that. We had the world's leaders there. I mean, we had France, the United States, the biggest countries in the world there represented. And I thought to myself, this is a terrorist target. If you were a terrorist, this would be the biggest target in the world. Doing something here would make a bigger statement than 9/11 ever did. And I was watching, and I was hoping that nothing happened. And I'm so glad it didn't. I'm so glad the whole thing went off without a hitch. And that was my.
What you don't see though is the security in the background.
No, you don't. You don't.
Guarantee that the SAS were about and the special police.
That's what I was going to say. It's
and everything. You don't see them about. I guarantee there were snipers about.
No. I wonder also how many of those troops at the roadside that were standing at arms with their rifles, how many of those rifles were actually loaded?
Yeah, not many, but there would have been a few, but not many.
Because I know they don't normally load them. And the other thing that I took away from it is...
Do you know why they don't load them?
In case they go off.
In case they go rogue.
Oh, right. The other thing that comes to mind is, I know you were saying about the pallbearers, Mickey.
Yeah.
I thought about those 142 naval ratings. There were a couple of things in there, right, that struck me. First of all, did you see the amount of women that were in there?
Yeah, there's a lot of women.
A lot of women in there. But then I also found out that the majority of those ratings were in the Navy for less than 3 months.
Yeah.
When they were chosen to do that. And I said to Sean, I said, what an honour. And she reminded me of something. She said, yes, it is an honour. This is something they'll remember for the rest of their lives. But when it was first done, it wasn't an honour. It was done because newest ratings in the Navy are the lowest of the low, and they get the shittiest of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And pulling a gun carriage was considered the shittiest of jobs. But no, not today. I consider that to be an absolute honour. And it was well represented there, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
With the genders represented so well, and I was actually quite surprised. And I would imagine Turbo Best Pal or Best Pal, there wasn't just undercover police in the job in the crowd. I would imagine there'll be undercover security services like the SAS in the crowd as well. So I would imagine there will be a lot of that. But I'm so glad it went off without a hint. And there are so many things about that's going to stand out, especially that guy. I found out his name is Michael McGee, and you'll know what I'm talking about. His name's Michael McGee, and he was a personal undersecretary to the Queen, and he's 7'3" tall. Now you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
They walked in front of the carriage, I think.
Yeah, he was walking in front of the carriage.
Staff. Yeah.
His name's Michael McGee, and he's 7'3" tall. And he was a personal undersecretary to the Queen. But I looked at him and I thought, my God, he's big. I didn't get the name of the spider though, although I've nicknamed it Boris. You know,
Oh, people were outraged on Twitter about a spider on the flowers.
oh yeah. I was more outraged. I was more outraged about our ex-prime minister, right? He turned up. Our ex-prime minister, right, turned up for this funeral, right, looking like he'd had a party the night before and slept in a hedge.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the man makes look. The man, he must actually pay somebody to make him look that scruffy.
Yeah. He makes Wurzel Gummidge look like a fucking tailor's dummy, doesn't he? Really, it's.
I mean, even I take a bit of pride in my appearance. It takes me a good 15 to 20 minutes to do my hair before I come on air.
And your lipstick.
And my lipstick, yeah, yeah. Right, right. So, where are we? Let's have a look at some figures. Let's have a look. We've got 6 viewers on. We've got 6 viewers on Twitch. We've got 7 viewers on Reddit. So it's a very quiet day. I imagine everybody's in quiet reflection, aren't they? I guess.
Well, you would think that it probably wouldn't affect Americans particularly because they haven't had a holiday. We had a holiday here, but they wouldn't have had a holiday. I mean, maybe they're watching it now. Maybe they're catching up with it now and watching the highlights or something, the edited highlights. But
and did you actually see that it was the Mounties that were
the
first?
RCMP, yeah.
The RCMP were right at the front of the procession.
Well, the Met Police, the Met Police were right at the front,
their horses. Yeah, but yeah, I thought that was good.
Can I give you an interesting fact? You know those motorcycle police. When you go,
Yes.
you saw them in Windsor, on the long walk. There were three motorcycle police escorting it, right? Wearing black uniforms, white helmets, police bikes.
Yeah.
They're actually not the police. I didn't know this, but the Queen has her own private police force called the Praetorian Guard, and that is what those motorcycle riders are. They're all armed, by the way, and that is what their motorcycle riders. She's got about 30 policemen that are employed as her own private police force. They have exactly the same powers as everybody else in police, and they travel with her all over the world, and they're permanently armed. And an old school friend of mine is one of them.
oh,
I only found out today when I was on Facebook. I saw his wife. The police have a social media policy that you cannot identify. I know this is going to sound strange. They've got a social media policy about identifying themselves as police officers on social media. But his wife happened to make a casual comment, and I PM'd her, and I said, "What?" She said, "He's there. He's not on one of the bikes, but he's actually there." And that's why they look. That's why those police escorting the Queen look slightly different. They are fully fledged police officers, but they are the Queen's own personal police officers.
I can imagine. I can imagine that there is the social media policy because I am friends with 3 teachers, and all of those, as soon as they qualified or as soon as they got the job as the teacher, they had to change their name.
Yeah, they cannot identify themselves on social media.
Yeah, and also I do know, I know of, let's say, because we're not friends, but I know of a policeman who doesn't use their actual name on Facebook. So,
well, my friend's under his true name on Facebook, but he doesn't identify himself as a police officer. He doesn't identify any employer at all.
No. This person that I know, I don't think he actually says on Facebook that he's a police person. At the same time, he's also under a different name. So
right, no, he's under his true name. He's under his true name, but I've actually got 2 policemen on my friends list. That the other one's a traffic policeman down in he's on the M25. He's a traffic policeman on the M25. Works for Surrey Police, but again, he doesn't identify himself as a policeman either. So I'm guessing Surrey Police have the same social media policy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame them, because otherwise they'd be.
Otherwise, they become targets.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, if there is terrorists digging into your Facebook and things like this because they've spotted that you're a police, it just makes it easier for them to find you.
Yeah.
It's going to be this police station. It's going to be this name. It's going to be these hours they work. You know, it's just easier just to keep it ambiguous.
But there's nothing about their Facebook that will identify them as a police officer at all. Nothing. But yeah. And I found out it's called the Praetorian Guard, and they're permanently armed, and they are employed by the Crown, not the government.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and that's why they look so. And I wonder why they look different, and that's why they look different. So there we go. The other thing that caught me, that struck me about today was, I don't know if you two have seen it. I think you might have to go and have a look at some of the red tops. There are a lot of people saying that the security services that surrounded the Prime Minister and the King, the way they held their arms, they were dummy arms.
Oh, I saw that. I saw something about those are fake hands, but I didn't go any further. So they potentially had their arms in their jackets on their weapons.
Or they were checking for their door keys.
No, they'd have their hands down their pants, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Because they'd taken your advice about gluing it to their knobs.
Yeah. No, that's the thing, that they reckon that they were dummy hands and arms, and they've got their real hands on their weapons inside their jackets, ready to go. Mickey, you're shaking your head.
So cool. That is so cool.
You're shaking your head, Mickey, even though Tracy's just managed to pull a drink out of your back.
I am. Because I think that's a load of bollocks.
I do as well.
Oh, I hope it's true. I mean, that is.
No, it's not. It's not true.
It's not true.
No.
Oh, I didn't look that closely, so I couldn't. I don't have an opinion about it. I'm just saying that I think it's.
Somebody took a close up of one of the guy's hands, and they didn't think they looked real. Yeah. But people have been on about King Charles's hands as well, that look like sausages.
Well, they do.
But well, they do, yeah.
But he doesn't fry them up in the morning.
No, but no, they're his real fucking hands. They are.
Oh yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
It will take you longer to get your arms from inside the jacket where you're supposedly holding your gun than it would to take your arms and pull your gun from your jacket.
Oh, I know, Mickey. I know. I mean, the other. Go on,
it's bollocks. No, it's just bollocks.
Yeah. The other one, Mickey. The other one that cracks me up is that there was no body in the coffin.
Yeah.
I even got there was no coffin because nobody saw it because it was underneath the fucking flag.
We did see it.
But you did catch a glimpse when they were putting it on the
gun carriage.
On the stand there. They had to lift it up and take the pegs out, didn't they?
We caught a glimpse of it at Westminster Hall. We also caught a glimpse of it at Windsor after it went down. So there was a coffin there. So
yeah. But there was people saying that it weren't, because why would, and then I got my son's partner, well, why would they drag the Queen all round London? What? I tell you what did make me laugh, and I thought, what a twat. I was watching it on the BBC, and as she went past Buckingham Palace, the commentator said, "This is the last time the Queen will see Buckingham Palace." I thought, fucking what?
That's nothing,
the
right?
Files in the side of the fucking coffin or something.
Right. There was another thing, right? If you get it, I'll see if I can get it later for another day, right? A copy of the Australian stream that went out, right? Where the Australians were identifying the dignitaries as they got out of their cars, right? And they called our Prime Minister some low-level dignitary.
Yeah.
They completely failed. Yeah, completely failed to recognise the Prime Minister. Didn't have a clue she was.
Oh my! Reddit has just said we can only hear the guy in the red talking. But Andrew will have complained if anything was wrong.
Okay, hang on. Eris, the cat goddess, can you hear the other two now talk?
Hello?
I'm speaking now. Can you hear me now?
Talk longer.
Can you hear
I'm
us,
talking
Eris?
as long as you want to.
Yeah, Andrew says that he can hear all of us. I knew he would be complaining otherwise if he couldn't.
What, on Reddit?
No, I'm saying if it was a general across the board problem like Skype.
All right.
That's why I'm asking. You should be able. The meters say they should be able to hear you. So, Eris, the cat goddess, can you hear the other guys? Yep, now I can.
Oh, now he can. Yeah.
I know what it is.
I
know what it is. I know what it was. It was me being a dickhead again. Sorry. Thank you, Eris, the cat gosget, and thank you for following us, Young Cobra. I'm glad you can hear everybody. I was wondering why we were getting no. I was wondering why we had 11 viewers on Reddit and we weren't getting any feedback, and that's why.
Well, that's Reddit generally.
That's Reddit generally, isn't it?
I mean, I mentioned the McDonald's incident earlier as a laugh, but that time, me and Mickey did a whole half an hour, 40 minutes, and no fucker told us that they couldn't hear us until just before you got in. And it was like, oh, well, great. Could have bloody told us after a couple of minutes.
It wouldn't have made any difference anyway, because we could do nothing about it.
Because I'm in control here. In fact, like I said, I've been doing a lot of things here. And would you like to see the? Yes, we're streaming on Twitch as well. I will give you the URL right now if you bear with me. There is the Cat Gosness. It's coming up now. In fact, to see what I'm about to do next, you will have to go on Twitch because you won't be able to see it on Reddit. Because of Reddit's stupid policy of having vertical video. Right, that should be a clickable link, I think. No, that failed to send. This goes. That should be a clickable link. No, it's not because I'm an idiot. Hang on. That's what I forgot. Right, I'll start that again. Oh, I've got a warning in my ear about something. Right, we'll send that again, and that should be a clickable link. Yes, that's a clickable link. There you go. But it's not the right URL. I've got that wrong again. I'm going to try for the third time. I'm doing it again, isn't I, Tracy?
Oh, she's found us.
Oh, she found us, did she?
Thank you, Eris.
Oh, you found us, right? Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to do the link properly for those that want to find us. Let's get it right. Right.
We like it a bit better as well, Eris, but often on the other place, we get loads more people asking questions and things. So it's kind of like we can bounce between the two, if you see what I mean. I much prefer Twitch because of the way that it's laid out and you get more screen and stuff like that.
That's the clickable link. That one is wrong. Let's see if I can delete this one.
You, Eris.
See if I can delete this one.
Eris.
Delete. Yep, I can delete that one. And I can delete that one. I'll delete that one, and I can delete this one, I think. Yep. Can I delete? Yeah, I've deleted them. Right, okay. I also stream on both platforms. Well, it's only because Twitch just recently, last week, changed their policy that allow you to stream on both platforms. Before you couldn't, but they've only just changed their policy to do it. Right, what I was going to show you was, I was going to say that I've been doing some things today which might interest some. Eh?
Ooh.
Yes,
that was me getting vaguely excited and in anticipation. Ooh.
Which might interest you because I've actually got 3 cameras in this room. I've got my 2 front-facing cameras, which, as you know, this is my big camera that I'm on now, and I've got my roving camera over there. But I've also got a rear view camera, so you can actually see what's going on. So there you go. There's me at my control panel, which everybody on Twitch can see, but nobody on Reddit can see. The reason people on Reddit can't see is because you're only seeing this much of the screen, Reddit. All right? Whereas that's only 1/3. You're only seeing the centre 1/3 of the screen. Everybody on Twitch is seeing what else is going on, which includes the other 2/3 of the screen, so you can actually see my control panel there and all the monitors I've got. I've got my outdoor CCTV monitor over there. I've got my main broadcast control screen here, which is showing what's going out on Twitch. I've got my secondary broadcast screen over there, which is showing what's going out on Reddit. I've got my repeater monitor there, so I'm watching the live Reddit and the live Twitch to make sure it's all going out correctly. And on this monitor here, I'm watching the news, Sky News, the replay of what's going on with the Queen's funeral. And there we go. Aren't you impressed?
Yeah, well, yeah. Look, Eris says, "Wow, you are like on Star Trek." So
yeah. That's a. I've even got a little motto up there that says "Station Master" because this is my station master. Good evening, eyeballs are free. Eyeballs of fire. How are you?
Eyeballs are free. If eyeballs are free,
yeah, eyeballs are free. Yeah,
away.
Eyeballs are free. In it. Yeah, in it. There's somebody from London. In it. So there we go.
Hey, eyeballs. Are you a Londoner with or a Brit at least with that in it? Because some Essex people say in it as well.
Yeah. I'll also tell you that my camera is a tracking camera. You probably see the yellow box around my head flashing every now and again. But my camera will will track if I move around. The camera will track. So I'd share that with you.
Yeah, no, I could see that. Just make sure you're wearing your trousers when your shorts at least when you stand up. Eris says, have you ever seen Twizzard around on distant socialising? He's who I stream with. I haven't. I don't know.
No, I haven't. No. Oh, yeah.
Are you guys at the top of the stream a couple? Are me and you a couple, Trace?
A couple of tits.
Well, as in
we've been a couple.
as in two people.
We've been a couple.
Yeah, that makes us a couple. But
So we've
no,
been uncle and niece, and we've been brother and sister, and we've been twins with Steve.
in all honesty, Eris, we have never ever met in person, me and Tracy. Or the bold geezer down the bottom. I've never met him either.
The bald geese down the bottom, but Eris is complaining about the sounds messing up. Was that me being loud again?
Andrew, same here is a really technical term that really I really can't work with. What does same here actually mean?
Who's messing up, Andrew? Is it when I get loud, or is it when we all talk, or 34-minute mark? Oh, all right. We can't do it. Oh, right.
So
Okay.
there's nothing I can do. So what you're saying, Andrew, is
Yeah, thank you. No, he's saying for later so you can hear. It's all right. When I'm checking, I'll look. I'll look. But
that doesn't help us right now.
No, but if it fucks up again, Andrew, let us know straight away, because it seems to be okay. I think it might have just been me laughing really loud. And then
Hang on. I've got. If you hadn't on the 34-minute mark, has that sorted the sound out now? No, it's not. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know. There's nothing. Is it everybody's sound?
sound is blipping and stuff. Hang on.
Is it everybody's sound, Andrew, or is it Tracy's, or is it mine, or what? Oh, that's what I need to. It's good now. So I know what it is.
Thank you.
I'm overloading my CPU. It's when I bought If I put the other camera back on. Sound on.
Oh.
Hang on.
Yes.
Hang on. Let's kill the audio on that other camera. How's that? How's that? I think I was having an audio repeat on the other camera. So we've got to wait, unfortunately, because of the lag. Now I'll put my other camera back on. Is it green screening me?
Bloody hell,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my other camera. I forgot to kill the sound. Let's see if there's a way that I can kill
we
the
had
sound.
something similar the other day when we were having the live feed from Westminster Hall. It kept fucking about with our sound as well, remember?
Yeah. Right, if it's okay now, it's because it's the other camera. That's right. Okay.
I love food.
what I wanted to know, have you invaded BSE's spaceship with all that stuff? Huh? Is that his alien ship?
Good evening. Good evening. I love food. How are you? I love food, and so that's nice. Nice to
I
see
love
something.
food too.
Yeah, I love food too.
Everybody finish that sentence. I love food and
Sex.
Steve.
I love food and Mickey.
Ta-da!
I love food.
Everybody loves me.
I love food and aliens.
How long have we been streaming? What, about 6 weeks?
Something like that. Yeah.
I was going to say
Together,
36
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no, we're actually up to the two month mark.
Yeah, Tracy will say about 36 minutes because
I'm like that. No, it's coming up to 2 months because of the 60-day drop off. I noticed that earlier.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So it's about
It's
6
2
weeks.
months.
Yeah. I've been streaming. I've been streaming on my own for about a year, but I've got to be honest. Doing a whole show going on for 3 or 4 hours, lasting a year, was getting a bit much for me, especially with my health conditions, which I will be talking about a bit later. And these are two good friends of mine. I've known both of them for a good 10, 15 years, and they used to watch the show. And they used to come in and make little snide remarks on the side, especially Mickey. And I eventually, we'll answer that question for you in a second, Cat Goddess. I eventually persuaded them to come in as guests one time, and they did.
Dragged us in screaming.
Dragged you in screaming, yeah, dragged you in screaming, and they eventually did. And we've become a threesome. And I had a compliment. Somebody on Reddit, Wendigler, paid a compliment to me on Reddit yesterday in a private message and said she really likes the way we bounce off of each other. I thought that was a real compliment. So Eric the cat, Eris, not Eric, Eris the cat.
Eric.
I'm 62, 63 at the end of the year. Tracy,
and his eyesight's going. I'm
Yeah.
50.
Everything's going.
I'm 50, but I'll be 51 soon. But don't tell everyone, please. It's painful.
136 on Reddit at the moment. Hello, 136
I'm
on
not
Reddit.
136 on Reddit. No, I'm 50 still on Reddit. Not 100. I know what you meant. Mickey?
I'm 66. I'm the oldest. I'm also the most fucking stupid one of us, but there you go.
And he's the one with the most fans. That's why we keep him around.
Well, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, everybody. When Mickey doesn't appear, which is I think
Saturday.
Saturdays normally.
Saturdays, when Mickey doesn't stream on Saturdays, everybody asks where Mickey is. He's the most popular one. So there's now 52 of you on Reddit. Look, I said hello to 136 of you on Reddit.
Mickey,
I know there's 52 of you. So they've gone again.
Mickey, you're
Hello.
the youngest.
Yeah. Mickey looks the youngest.
I'll step up my regime if I don't look my age. So.
Best pal, you're
You're
the
quite
one.
right, Tracy. You don't look your age.
You're the one that's got the thing for. You're the one that's got the thing for Mickey.
Mickey's this one.
I'm Mickey in the black.
Mickey.
Yeah, that's Mickey. That's Mickey.
I'm the one with the glasses on.
Yeah, Mickey is the old one with the glasses.
Steve's
Right,
the one with the biggest boobs.
Steve's the one with the long hair. And Tracy's
I'm
the old
the one with the ponytail.
Oh dear.
Hmm.
And Mickey's the one with the full range of women's underwear.
Yes,
I am.
yes. Mickey is the cross-dresser.
Yeah, only on a Saturday. That's why I'm not here on a Saturday night. Keep telling you.
Thank you, Eris. Yeah, Eris, we've known each other. Like Steve was just saying, Steve, this one here, he was just saying, we've known each other for such a long time, and Steve's just got a mouth on him, really. No, he's always loved talking, and he's always been like really. Oh, what's the word?
Did you just say I've got a mouth on me?
Yeah, you got a mouth on.
Well, of course I have, you stupid woman.
No, it's the old saying. He's got a bit of a mouth on him. That kind of stuff.
Gob on a stick,
you
he
would
is.
not be able to say that Mickey's got a bit of a mouth on him, would you? But Steve has, and then I also I'm the loudest one here, but I've also got like a mad, dirty sense of humour. And then Mickey is the quiet one. Mickey's the one that's just dry, quiet, grumpy, and every now and then says golden things.
Did you call me a gob on a stick, Mickey?
I did.
I had a present for you. I was going to give you a present tonight. I had a present for you on my
I
shelf
think you
tonight.
should still give it to him.
What, another one?
I'll give it to him, shall I?
Yeah.
Hang on, look at it. Look at it.
Oh, love them. Thank you. Thank you.
That's
You've got a
okay.
collection, haven't you now, Mickey? A collection.
I have got a collection. I'll put them over there on the shelf.
Yeah, put them over there on the shelf. Yeah.
Where's
So yeah, we've known each other.
I don't know how he's got any fingers left.
Best pal says, Steve, where'd you get your hair dye from?
Amazon.
Mr. Sheen.
Yeah, Amazon.
That's where he gets it
Amazon.
from.
Also, he says, slide Mickey £5 and give you a lap dance on Saturday.
Amazon.
It's calling you cheap again. So at least it's
Oh,
him.
I know.
It takes me
I told
ages.
him-
It takes me ages to do my hair before I come on the
I told
street.
him on Saturday it's 10 quid.
Yeah.
Huh?
So I'm curious. I love food and on Reddit has come on and said I love food and what? You love food and what?
height.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I said food and sex, but there you go.
Yeah.
I would have said the same, Mickey, but you got there first, so I had to say aliens.
What time is it where we are? It's
22:40.
yes,
Whereabouts are you, Eric?
That's
20 to 11.
So
PM.
I prefer 24-hour time, which I
I
believe in
use the
America
24-hour clock
they
too.
call it military time, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
I prefer 22-hour time. It's 22:40
It's 20 minutes before 11
Yep.
in the evening.
in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 minutes before 11 in the evening. 10:40
Where are
PM.
you then, Eris?
Oh, okay, 11
Yes,
p.m. Yeah.
20 minutes before. Yeah.
I'm going to cut myself off for a minute because I need a piss.
Oh,
That's
lovely.
probably too much
Oh,
information.
where you go then? Oh, you're in Canada. I've got friends in
Hang on,
Canada.
Eris. You should be so proud today. You should be feeling so proud today because the RCMP led that parade today. You should be so
They
proud of
did.
that. I'm just going to go
Yeah.
toilet. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did your country proud, the RCMP.
Yeah.
They were right at the front of that parade that we had for the Queen's funeral today. Splendid job.
Yeah, I saw a couple of them being interviewed prior to all the ceremony stuff, and
Right.
the presenter, TV presenter, said, "Oh, thank you for being here on this momentous day," and the guy said, "Oh, it's a pleasure." Not sure
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
it's a pleasure, but I know what he meant. But it was just
Yes,
my,
yeah.
my Britishness went, "It's not a pleasure. Should be a very solemn occasion." But yeah. Saw as I said, I saw them being interviewed.
But that's the how do we feel about the Queen? Well, that's quite difficult because I'm not a royalist, although she played a major part. Well, all of my life actually. She's been there throughout my life.
Massive icon.
But I'm not really a royalist, but
icon.
that was
she was the face of Britain.
she is an icon, yeah. But yeah, it was a very sad day today. It was a very sad couple of weeks over here in the UK. But I think now that she's buried, it's time to move on. And people are already trying to compare King Charles with Queen Elizabeth, and I'm afraid you can't do that.
No,
Two totally different people.
He's a person in his own right. He's
in his own right, yeah.
Personality in his own right.
It'll take him time to establish himself as well. I mean, I think the next thing that he'll do is probably go on a tour of the Commonwealth, and greet all the Commonwealth leaders, I should imagine. So look out, Canada. He'll probably be on his way over there.
About doing well, I mean, from what they were saying on TV, the coronation will be in a few weeks, and I thought that's a bit quick. But then, of course, the last coronation, the king wasn't supposed to die, and then it took like a year or whatever it was for the coronation to get all sorted. Now, if we've got technology, it doesn't have to take that long to work it all out, and it would all have been planned meticulously beforehand anyway. So maybe it will be just a few weeks. I was just thinking about the speed of, like, because he may well wait until after the coronation to do the tour, but
like Best Pal says, he thought she'd never die. She'd always be there. I think we all felt like that to some respect, because that's all we've ever known. So not only is it a time of great sadness, it's a time of great upheaval for a lot of people who've only known the Queen. But like I say, you've got to give Charles a chance to establish himself in his own right, and I think he'll do a tour of the Commonwealth next year. I really do.
Yeah. I think it'll be part of his
investiture or whatever it is you want to call his coronation is.
That he has to do it. He has to do tour.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So. I agree with Best Pal that she did do a lot. The Queen did do a lot with her platform. I'm not going to be able to, because I've been watching the TV all day. I'm not going to be able to pull it all out of the air. But she did a lot of forwarding women's issues, bringing women to the forefront of stuff, and like I said, I can't remember, but when you watch the TV and they list off these things that she changed. Oh, I mean, no, that's gone again. Yeah, I'll stop waffling.
You're wibbling.
You're wibbling.
I knew I was. I got to the point where I went, no, you're not going to be able to say anything on this.
What disgusts me, and it does disgust me, is people who are blaming her for things that happened before we were even bloody born.
Yes.
Now we got XSplit on the front for.
I've got a problem with my camera. I'm just recalibrating it.
Right, yeah.
No, I agree. I agree. Like I said, sorry. You carry on, Mickey.
No, I was just saying that the there's a lot of vitriol and hatred being thrown towards her for things that happened before she was even born, or exactly, BSE, they are exactly that. I mean, she's done a lot, and she tried to change a lot of things, and she's tried to bring the royal family into the modern era, and she's tried to help all these different countries. I mean, like people in South Africa saying, "Give us a diamond back." Oh, okay, all right, have your diamond back. Give us all the money back that we've invested in you.
Mm. Yeah.
Just. But they are exactly like we got nothing to apologise. We haven't done anything. It was all before any of us were.
Yeah.
Say what?
It's all right. I know. Yeah, don't worry.
All right. So exactly, we owe them nothing. No. But yeah, that did annoy me a bit that all this controversy was about nothing.
Yeah.
And she has done, and she has tried to do the best for all countries of the Commonwealth. I think now Jamaica has said they want to leave the Commonwealth. Fine.
Yeah, like I said,
By all means.
we were talking the other day. I'm quite happy.
Hello, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
If they want to, if people want to leave the Commonwealth, let them leave
the Commonwealth. That's absolutely fine. I don't want to hang on to people, to countries that don't want to be in the Commonwealth. I'm not even sure that I agree with having a Commonwealth anyway.
I think what a lot of people don't understand, that these countries in the Commonwealth are not ruled by our Queen or our government. They've all got their own governments, their own heads of state.
She's just a figurehead.
The Queen was just a figurehead. And I think people need to grasp that. Yeah, it's going fine, Alex. Yeah, we've had the funeral today. I don't know if you've seen any of it on the TV, but fantastic occasion. Well, I say fantastic. It was fantastic in the way that it went off. Not obviously, it's not like a rock concert. Yeah. But yes. Yeah. It's been good. Anyway, I'm going to disappear for 5 minutes, Steve. Now that you're back, sort your cameras out.
Did you sort whatever it was?
Okay.
Oh.
No, I'll have to sort it out. I'll have to sort it out so that it does. Hang on, let's turn my audio on because I've turned all my audio off. I have to sort it out. I've been messing about today, and I've broken a lot of things. I've broken a lot of things. Yes, you can hear me, Andrew. I know you can hear me. I can see me going out, so I know I'm working. Oh, we owe them nothing. The royal family, the Queen. The Queen the Queen didn't rule me. I'm not one of her subjects. She was the figurehead. She was the public face of Great Britain PLC. Wasn't she, Tracy?
Yeah. She was the icon. She was our icon. When people thought of Britain, Queen, instantly in their head. So, Oh yeah.
Andrew's saying Steve. Is that because you still can't hear me, Andrew, or is it that this lag is a pain in the arse? Lag really is a pain in the arse. Go on, carry on, Tracy.
No, that's all right. No, I was just gonna say, the tourism, and a lot of people, when you look on Twitter and stuff, and they go, oh, tourism, oh yeah, she had more money than spent more money than what she brought in with the tourism, and it's just, you just can't argue with some people. So.
No, okay. Right. I'm gonna diverge. I'm gonna take the chat in a different direction for a minute. The reason I'm going to take the chat in a different direction for a minute is somebody asked me about my hair dye earlier today. And I know you were joking when you asked me about it earlier with my hair dye, but I'm going to tell you about it. One of the things
Sorry, are you going to do a section with the different background, like you said?
Yes.
Get rid of me and Mickey then.
You'll see what will happen. You will see what will happen. All right. Okay. I've got that technical issue all sorted out. All right. I've got that technical issue all sorted out. All right. Okay.
Okay, I shall.
Yeah, I've got that technical issue all sorted out. All right.
No problem.
Right. Okay. Now, I'll tell you what's happening, Eric, the cat goddess. Right. You don't know because you're new here. The regulars know. The reason that I have no hair is because, quite simple, I have cancer. I have an incurable cancer called follicular lymphoma, and people keep asking me, can I give an update on what's happening with my treatment? So I'm going to. So I'm going to take about 5 minutes to have this section to myself. The reason I'm doing that is because tomorrow we can clip this and I can put it on YouTube as a separate standalone section. So we'll just go into that, and I've got some special things that will do for that. So let's just go into that. Right, there we go. I will just make sure that I've got Mickey ready to come back, so that when we do come back, Mickey's there. Right, okay, so as I said, I have follicular lymphoma, which is a blood cancer. It's completely incurable. It can't be cured. I'm going to have it for the rest of my life, and I'm currently on treatment, which is really, really annoying. It's very annoying because I live by road 12.8 miles away. I thought it was 7, but it's not. I checked today. It's 12.8 miles from where it all happened today. I live 12.8 miles from Westminster and 13 miles exactly from Buckingham Palace. So I would love more than anything else to have gone to see the Queen lying in state, and I would have loved more than anything else to have gone up to the parade in London today to watch it all happening. But I can't. The reason I can't is because of a matter of timing, and it really is pure timing. Like I say, I've got cancer. It's called follicular lymphoma, and since January, I've been gradually going downhill. I will answer any questions in a minute. I will tell you this now, and I'll answer any questions in a minute. I've been going downhill, and 4 weeks ago, they decided that my cancer had reached a stage where I needed treatment. So I started chemotherapy last Friday. Now, follicular lymphoma is a blood cancer, which means it affects my immune system. So at the best of times, I'm very immunocompromised, which means I've got to stay away from people. But once the cancer treatment starts, once the chemotherapy starts, it becomes a very big problem. I can't go out to people. I definitely can't go out amongst those crowds. I can't go out amongst anything else. The chemotherapy I'm on is something called RCHOP, which is a very, very, very aggressive chemotherapy, which is why I've got no hair. I do have a full head of hair, funny enough, and I'm not grey like Mickey. I get my own original hair. But I know for a fact that this RCHOP is going to cause me to lose my hair. So this is one of these things that I like to get in front of it, and I like to own it. So what I did is I shaved all my hair off 2 weeks ago, and I've kept it like this, and I will keep it like this until my chemotherapy is over. And I may keep it like it permanently. I may not grow my hair back. I haven't decided. So when I say I got my hair dye from Amazon, that's exactly what I mean. I got my hair dye from Amazon because I bought a head shaver. And now the funny thing about the head shaver is I've also found out it actually makes a fantastic face shaver. So I'm using this to shave both my head and my face. So I had my first chemotherapy on Friday. I was in the hospital all day having it infused. I suggest if you don't like medical procedures or medical stuff, look away now. I'll tell you when you can look back, but look away now. I had my chemotherapy infused into me by a port in my arm, just there. Look, you can see the tubes. I'm sorry it's a bit messy. I can't do anything about that. These tubes go into a hole in my arm, and it's called a PICC line, by the way, peripherally inserted central catheter. And what it is, it goes into my arm there, goes along the vein there to just above my heart, so they can inject the drugs or infuse the drugs into me, so they go directly into my heart. The reason for that is cytotoxic drugs are very, very dangerous, and if they spill in the skin, or they can actually damage the veins. So what they want to do is they want to get them into the heart straight away, so they can get them distributed throughout the body as quickly as possible. So I had my first chemotherapy on Friday. I've got 6 sessions of this, 21 days apart. This, by the way, is not my first chemotherapy. This is now the 4th time that I've fought and battled this cancer. I fight it and battle it back to something called NED, which is no evidence of disease. Where are we now? We're on Saturday. I had my chemotherapy, my first chemotherapy Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Three days gone. This chemotherapy is very aggressive. It is the most aggressive one, and there are a lot of side effects, and I've been expecting a lot of the side effects, and they never happened until today. They've all hit me this morning. When I got up this morning, I felt absolutely awful. In fact, the only way that I can do this now, streaming, is I'm on morphine, morphine oral solution, Oromorph, if anyone knows it, because round my waist, just below my lungs, I've got my name's Woody or Steve, by the way, Eris. I've got a very, it feels like a very tight band, and somebody's tightening a band around my side. So that's proof that the drugs are working. They're doing something. They're also making me exceptionally tired. I cannot believe how tired I'm becoming. I had 11 hours sleep last night, and I've been to sleep twice today as well, including missing half of the coronation stuff. And I've been feeling really bizarre. I've been having hot flushes on and off all day, and a lot of pain, and the morphine's keeping the pain at bay, which is why I've made a few mistakes tonight. But I thought I'd let you know where I was with the chemotherapy. Now, I'll answer your question. Did you have symptoms before you were diagnosed? Yes. I was diagnosed officially in 2013. December the 24th, 2013, the day before Christmas. Hey, go me. But I'd had the symptoms for a couple of years beforehand, but I'd never associated them with cancer. What actually made me associate them with is I had a lump come up on the side of my neck, just there, and it gradually got bigger, and originally I thought it was a cyst, and I went to the doctors about it, and she took a look at it, and she said, you need to get that seen to urgently. And in the UK, we've got something called a fast track system for people that suffer with cancer, or people who are suspected of cancer, that they fast track us to a specialist, which happened. So in less than 3 weeks, I'd gone from thinking there was nothing wrong with me to being fast tracked to a specialist, having a biopsy on my lump, and then being sat down in a room and being told you've got cancer, which is an earth-shattering moment when you're told that news. But well, it would be an earth-shattering moment if it wasn't for the fact that I already suspected. I have to be honest, I already suspected that it was cancer. The other symptoms I was having was drenching night sweats, extreme fatigue and drenching night sweats, plus the lump came up. So those were the 3 things that gave me the clue. When I was diagnosed in 2013, I was then put on something called watch and wait, we call it in the UK. In other countries, they call it active monitoring, which means they won't intervene unless the cancer's growing or there's more symptoms appearing. And the biggest symptom is when you lose 10% of your body weight in 3 months, which in 2017, so I was on active monitoring until I was 2017, and then in 3 months I lost 10% of my body weight in 3 months, and I was out on holiday in Ibiza in May 2017, and I suddenly came over awful. I can understand why the Queen could look healthy one day and then the next day die, which is what happened to me. I was quite healthy one day, and the next day I was absolutely awful. And we cut my holiday short and come back, and they put me straight on treatment straight away because the cancer was affecting me. I'm not an expert. I'm sorry, Eris the Cat Goddess. I'm not an expert on cancer. I don't know if it's likely. I do know that the cancer that I've got, follicular lymphoma, is more likely in people over 70, but I got it when I was 50. When I was in my 50s. It's more likely. But then I know some people in the hospital that have got it in their 20s, so I don't know. I'm in London in the United Kingdom. I don't have to pay for this. Thank God I don't have to pay for this, because I can tell you now that my treatment has already my treatment that I've been having since 2017 has already cost in excess of £1 million, or would have cost in excess of £1 million. But no, I don't have to pay for it. Can I shut up? No, I can't shut up, but what I can do is I can ban you from the channel. How does that sound? That solves that problem. There we go. Right, let's stop that one. You don't like what I'm saying, we'll get rid of you. Sorry, somebody on Reddit being an arsehole, so we've just banned him from the channel. We said, can I shut up? No, so I've just banned him from the channel. Solved. And that's it. So that's where I am. Anyway, I'm going to bring back Tracy and Mickey now, so that we can carry on chatting. This, I hope, is going to work. So let's end this section and bring them back. Yay! Did you like what I've done? Are you there, Tracy? No, I've broken it. Tracy, are you there? Oh, fuck me! Skype's gone again. Oh. Right, hang on, guys. I'm going to call you. Hang on. Oh, I don't believe this. I really don't believe this. Oh, technically, nobody told me that it's gone right. Okay, hang on. I'm not sure why that did that, but let me just call them again. So let me just call them again. I know you're frozen. I know. You need to end the Skype call. Come out of Skype. It's Skype again. Skype has cracked up. So come out of Skype, and I'll call you back. Let me just quit Skype. It's Skype again. There's something up with Skype. This is why I preferred when I showed you the Ninja video. I preferred that because it doesn't use central server. I hate Skype because Skype uses a central server, and that's where the problem is. So we actually need to come out of the calls. I can't end Skype. Hang on. I'm not going to have to reboot my machine again. It's just a nightmare. Right, let's see if I can end Skype this way. Skype end task. Right. I'm in task that way. Let's turn the Skype off there. Sorry, people. I'm having a bit of a problem with my guests. I'm going to try it again to see if I can get it working. So it is a problem with Skype. It's not me. It's not me. Yeah, I'll say Tijuana. There you go. Tijuana. First chat from you, OG. That's that. Right. Let's see if we can call them. It says I'm still in a chat with Tracy, but I'm not. Right. Okay. Hang on. What's it doing? Yeah, that was pretty good. Thank you. Tijuana. The reason I said Tijuana is yo hablo un poco de español. Right. Let's add another participant. Sorry, I'm messing about at the moment. It won't be a moment. So, right. Let's see if we can get them back. I don't know. I'm calling you right now, Tracy. I'm calling you right now. So hopefully that will bring you in. I'm hoping. Yep, you in, Tracy? You in, Mickey? Right, it's not me. It's Skype's central servers. OG, no, I won't say that. I have no idea what that means. Alex can because he lives in Hawaii. I'll give you a warning, right? If this goes down the road that gets us to try and say things that are quite rude, I will block you from the channel. Other than that, I'm not gonna. I can't say that. Right, there you go, Mickey and Tracy. You're back in again. Sorry about that.
Hello.
Hey.
I was just googling the word that was in the chat.
So I had to block somebody. What you missed is I don't know if you saw it on Reddit. Did you?
Saw it.
Yeah, he told me to shut up. So I just. Well,
someone told you to shut up when you were talking about your cancer. Yeah. Okay. Right. Bye. The word that is in the chat at the moment is either something to do with Dragon Ball, or it is actually the conqueror and first ruler of the Kingdom of Hawaii.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's any.
You're looking at Wikipedia, aren't you?
I'm Mickey. Yeah, it's also turtle shockwave in Japanese is another name for the energy blast created in the anime manga Dragon Ball. So
okay,
there
fine.
we go.
Right.
It hasn't gone down a rude way yet.
Frosted Orc there says, so do you believe in life after life? Oh, do I believe in afterlife? I don't know. It's a very good question. Do I believe in the afterlife? The only answer I can give you, Frosted Hawk, is I'll let you know, or I'll try and let you know. Taking it in that direction for a minute, I'm not a religious person, all right? I mean, I have to be honest and say that I stopped watching when I was awake today. I stopped watching the service because I'm not religious. I mean, I